What do you think Jomo Kenyatta, Oginga Odinga, Tom Mboya, and other hero and heroines who fought for this our beloved republic country, Kenya, will say to us when they are risen back to life? Have come to realize that indeed political in Kenya is no longer the long time ago political. Now, there is a split in Jubilee. It is very, very true that there is split in Jubilee. I want you to take your time, ladies and gentlemen, and listen carefully to Secretary Chairman of Jubilee, Jeremiah Kioni, who was accompanied by the Azimio Principal Raila Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka, and other Azimio party leaders at Jubilee so-called headquarters. Remember, they migrated from main one and now they've created theirs. Here's the video on how Jeremiah Kioni was speaking or was addressing the media. Then after that, I will proceed to the next level. Can you take your time and listen to him on how he was speaking?
Hamjambo. Hello.
Hello.
Jubilee. 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 We have been on this podium before. And I have informed you once, not twice, not three times, that there has been an attempt to hijack the Jubilee Party, to demolish the Jubilee Party, to destroy the Jubilee Party. And these attempts started way back in June of last year. When the first attempt was officially made, there was even an attempt to open a Jubilee Asili. Those efforts have not ceased. When we were doing our campaigns as an Azimio outfit, when we were campaigning for our presidential candidate, Raila Amolo Odinga, there were still elements within us who tried all they could to derail us. We managed to finish the campaigns. We were able to deliver a win to Baba. Baba won the elections of 2022 with 8.1 million votes. And within those votes was a commendable effort from Jubilee Party. The man seated in State House legitimately got 5.9 million votes. From the Mount Kenya region, where Jubilee is dominant, we were able to deliver 2.6 million votes. This must sound like song now in your ears because I've been saying it every time. And we'll continue repeating it. Because waizi hawataki ukweli ukisemwa. Sure. They managed to steal the win of our members of parliament at the Jubilee and other parties. So within Mount Kenya region, you may not come across genuine Jubilee members of parliament, people who have faith in the cause that we are committed to. After the elections, William Ruto is on record as having said that he must take over Jubilee. Those attempts, the attempts that you saw, culminating in the meetings that you saw of people at Sarova Hotel in Nakuru. Of people who called themselves together and formed a so-called NEC. And that meeting happened immediately. The same team visited State House and met William Ruto there. So it's not that we don't know what they have been up to. We know what they have been up to. After the Nakuru, they had been given instructions to finish the meetings, make sure that their Kagaru behavior is done, and from there they were to go to Naivasha, present their resolutions to William Ruto in Naivasha, where he was meeting the governors, and prepare themselves to be paraded in Nakuru during the prayer rallies. That was a script prepared and executed from State House. The meeting in Salova had even elements of people from the registrar of political parties. Eventually, the first set of things that they did in Salova, they realized that they were so badly done, even with the presence of very useful lawyers there before. And they had to redo the whole exercise again, and that is how you saw the name of Kutuni now featuring. It is not Kanini Kega and his other group, because they were trying to tidy up the mess that they were already in. Eventually, they presented some documents to the registrar of political parties. We load the registrar of political parties even before their meetings, and we informed the registrar of known attempts to do what these people are doing. After the document was presented to the registrar of political parties, she then communicated to us and said that she has recognized the resolutions and the convening of NEC at Sarova. And we have said this before and we want to repeat again. Our constitution is very clear, the Jubilee Constitution. Only the SG and the party leader can call the National Executive Committee. You do not need to have gone to a CBC class to understand the meaning of that provision in the Constitution. But it's amazing that the registrar even went ahead and said that the NEC was properly convened. But if you read the letter from the registrar of political parties, she seemed to want to cover herself by saying that while she has said all that she has done, any move by any of the said individuals required an internal dispute resolution mechanism. Contrary to that, the individuals, of course, took it upon themselves and used the letter to think that they have been given a mandate of moving into offices. What is amazing is that the police officers had the audacity of accompanying individuals to an office, and they were fully armed, 4 Land Cruisers of police officers. And because we belong to a side of political divide in this country that believes in the peace and the need to ensure that we do not shed any drop of blood as we pursue what we are looking for. The many members of Jubilee who are within the compound, I told them, don't resist. Do not resist. If they tell you to move, just move. Why? Because what we are fighting for, the fight for electoral justice, the fight for economic justice for our people, is not listed in a building. It is a spirit. It is in us. And if you want to do anything with that, you have to destroy this body. Forget about the rocks and the rest. And I know we have enough members of Jubilee Party who believe in that cause. Pesa ya kununua na itakuwako. Wale wako na bei waende sokoni iko pale State House. And you can always go to State House with a placard saying, I am worth this amount of money. They will give you the money. Kifika pale kwa mlangoni, andika yako, bei yako kwa karatasi kama hii, hapa uinue juu, seme bei yangu ni hii. Watakupatia. Because what they are doing is that they took away the subsidies ya shule, ya mafuta na kila kitu. Hiyo ndio pesa sasa inatumiwa kuwanunua wale ambao have no character. But we again decided to follow the law. Because as I said, us in Azimio under the leadership of Raila Amolo Odinga, understand the law. And of course all the others. We have wote wako hapa. Mheshimiwa Kalonzo Musyoka is with us here. And all the others. Eugene Wamalwa is with us here. And what Baba suffered fighting for was institutions. So we have faith in the institution of the Register of Political Party, a product of the struggle that was done by Baba. We have our judiciary in the manner that it is now constituted, a product of the struggle that was led by Baba, among many others who are not here. It is amazing how some people are entrusted with those offices and quickly degenerate to behaviors that were not known to us before. Really, so as others have said, really chasing wild goose, now you can actually see all that being happened. So we went to court. And we did all that needed to be done. All those individuals you saw here yesterday are individuals that are facing disciplinary action. But the court wants to help them out of the disciplinary action by giving them, not the court, the State House wants to overlook all those things and giving them a kind of a through pass. We want to thank those within the judiciary who still believe that there is a country and institutions must be seen to be fair and free and fair. So we presented our case after having exhausted our channels of communication, correspondences, because you must exhaust with the Register of Political Parties. After we had exhausted and we saw that office is not responsive, we then moved to the PPDT. That is the Political Parties Dispute Tribunal. And this morning, we were issued with an order. The Political Parties Tribunal issued an order to us, myself, Mheshimiwa Murade, and 2 others. And the order is very clear. This matter coming up before Honorable Desmas Nungo, Chairperson, PPDT, on 16th of February 2023, went through and said, it is hereby ordered, among the many other things that are there, where you need to concentrate on is number 5. That pending inter-parties hearing and determination of the application, interim conservatory orders are hereby issued, staying the respondent's decision. The respondent is office of the Register of Political Parties. Because that's the office we took to court, because they are the ones who are giving misinformed positions. Staying the respondent's decision, communicated by the letter dated 13th February 2023, to the effect that Jubilee Party NEC, I want you to note here, to the effect that Jubilee Party NEC meeting held on 10th February 2023 was properly convened per the party constitution, and further staying any consequential action by the respondent towards effecting, adopting, or ratifying the resolutions of the subject meeting. So I was wondering, what were the police officers doing here? What were they doing here? Hata wewe mwenyewe hujaenda shule, walikuwa wanafanya nini hapa kwa wenyewe? Wanatumiwa. Na hata wameshindwa kutimiza. And it is given under my hand and seal on the 16th of February 2023. So we are here because we have this order. We are here because we have this order. And I want to thank our party leader, Raila Amolo Odinga. We in Jubilee, watch at the Jubilee led, the wing led by William Ruto, the rebellious, the function led by Iyo, unaita Bonoko? Iyo, the Jubilee that we belonged to. Na nasema hivi kwa Wakenya wote ambao ni wana Jubilee. The Jubilee that we belong to. Na iko kwa roho zetu. Hiyo Jubilee iko ndani ya Azimio. Hello? Iko ndani ya Azimio. Na hiyo Jubilee believes in the cause that we have started through the People's Baraza. Now the resolutions of the People's Baraza, we are part and parcel of those resolutions. So I want to thank my principals, my seniors in the political field, people who have struggled even before any of you were born, many of you were born, they have decided that it is important to come and be with us, members of Jubilee, as we demonstrate how the law is supposed to be followed. Of course, they also wanted to know where are these new offices, where our new offices are, and they are here. And I want to ask Baba to come and guide us through. We receive him. He makes his statement on our behalf. We want to really thank you.
I came to realize two things here. Jeremiah Kioni is saying he is not going anywhere. And he demands that Ruto is using Jubilee through buying MPs from Jubilee. Again, on the other side, there is also a group, I can call them that way, who went to State House and discussed with His Excellency the President. And they have now again raised their complaint that they are not going nowhere. They will stay in Jubilee. And all this, remember, is happening when the boss himself, that is Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, is aware, and he assumes that he is unaware. Who is playing one another? I will come to you and tell you on how the person who is being played on. Now, again, I want you to take your time and listen carefully to Kanini Kega, who was accompanied by Sabina Chege and other, again, political party leaders. At the so-called Jubilee headquarters, they also complain that they are the ones who are having the power in Jubilee. Can you take your time and listen to what Kanini Kega was also saying?
Yeah.
So tuko tayari?
Wacha yule amalize.
Hii unajua hii ndio mtambo inaenda live. Gani? Ile iko.
Tu kila munene. Ali ako tarakanidi.
Watu ende Facebook live pia.
Yeah.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. This morning we had a PG meeting as a follow-up of the NEC meeting that we had in Nakuru. And with us here are sitting members of parliament and former members of parliament of Jubilee Party and NEC members. We are here today as members of Jubilee Party, and I'd like to take this opportunity first to welcome all members, sitting members, former members, and NEC members. This is our new office, and I welcome you all to our party headquarters. Week on Friday, we had a NEC meeting in Nakuru, and several resolutions were passed. On Monday this week, we submitted the returns to the Registrar of Political Parties, and by Tuesday, we are happy to announce that we got a communication from the Registrar of Political Parties confirming that the meeting that we had in Nakuru was properly convened, and by saying so, it means that all the resolutions that we passed in that meeting stand. So this actually means that all the officials, the 3 officials that were suspended, remain suspended. Mheshimiwa Kanini Kega is the acting SG, Mheshimiwa Aden Kainan is the acting vice chairman, and Mheshimiwa Rachel Nyamai is the acting treasurer. So that those resolutions stand, and would like to tell our brothers to respect that. At this particular juncture, I'd like to welcome our SG to make some few remarks.
Thank you so much, the NEC members who are present, the members of Parliament, both in the National Assembly and the Senate, the other members who are former members of Parliament and also former MCAs, and members of this great party. Good afternoon. We are happy to be back here. We are happy to be back to our party. We are happy that for the first time, we feel the ownership of the party is with the members. It's unfortunate that I think the former team decided to tell the staffs to keep off and not to come to the party headquarters. We were also hoping that the former officials, or the ones who are suspended, would find them here, so that at least as they go and transit, they will be able to do the handing over. But unfortunately, they have decided to think or to do otherwise. However, we have been substantively been put in office by the NEC, and we will do everything possible within the confines of the law to make sure that we adhere to our constitution first, and also to the wish of our people. So from today, we will be operating from here. We will make sure that the process, the disciplinary process, will take place, and make sure that we give those who are suspended fair treatment. We will be fair to them. We have already communicated to them, and I am hoping that in due course, they will be able to appear before the organs of the party which are charged with that responsibility. But we are happy that we are now united as a party. We are happy that we stand for peace. If you look at the logo of our party, you will see that it's a dove, which symbolizes peace. You cannot symbolize peace when you are in demonstrations. We have advised our members of both the National Assembly and the Senate, NEC members, to desist from attending any meeting that would create chaos in the country, that would bring disharmony in the country. So in effect, we are telling our members that they should not attend any meeting that is going to bring disruption in the peace of our country. With that, we want to say that we will be communicating to the nation the next course of action, and we will be updating the country on anything that we will be doing, because we want transparency. One of the things that we will do as the team here is to make sure that we do a proper audit of all the activities before the elections, during the elections, and after the election. We will look at all the financial transactions to make sure that they conform with the fiscal policy of our country. But we are inviting everybody to come back to our party. Those who had left, we want to tell them that you have a team that is welcoming you with open arms. Our MCA caucus, in due course, I think in the next 1 or 2 weeks, we'll be able to have the first ever MCA caucus. And you remember they were elected in August last year, but there has never been an MCA caucus. This is the first time that we had a PG, So we want to assure our members, both elected and those who lost, that you have a safe haven, you have a party that will listen to you, and a party that will move forward together. Thank you. Unless there are
Question?
there is,
Any question? Just any
yeah.
question.
Any question, maybe.
The SG.
It's very clear. We are dealing with papers. The letter from the ORPP is very clear. The Office of the Registrar of Political Parties is very clear that the meeting that was held in Nakuru was properly constituted. So it means that everything that was done is binding. In fact, what my good friend Honorable Kioni has not said is that there is a letter that was written to him replying to his allegations, and he was told categorically that the meeting that was held in Nakuru on the 10th was properly constituted. Yeah, any other? That's, of course, for the chair. The chair is the one who is going to answer that, because basically it falls in the docket of the chair, the national chair.
We have already communicated to both the chairs of the National Disciplinary Committee and the Internal Disciplinary Committee, so Dispute Resolution Committee, and we have given them about a week to convene. So that has already been done.
Very well. We will be able to communicate, as we said, that there will be no opaqueness. It will be very clear. Whichever position that you'll be taking, we'll be able to communicate. And you have said categorically that you will be following the Constitution. So when we'll cross the bridge, when we come to it, we have not come to that bridge. But for sure, you can rest assured that we'll cross that bridge. Yeah, niseme kwamba tumefika hapa kama wabunge ambao wamechaguliwa, wabunge wa seneti, wabunge wa bunge la kitaifa, wabunge MCAs, na pia tuko na kamati ya NEC ambayo imewakilishwa ama imeongozwa na mwenyekiti wa chama chetu cha Jubilee, na pia wafuasi wetu wa chama chetu cha Jubilee. Na tumekuja kwa sababu jana kuna barua ilitolewa na na registrar ama msajili wa vyama kusema kwamba mkutano uliofanyika kule Nakuru ambao ulikuwa wa NEC ama NEC ulikuwa mkutano halali ambao ulisema kwamba maafisa watatu wakae kando kama wanachunguzwa, na hao ni Mheshimiwa Kioni, Mheshimiwa Murathe na pia Gichohi wakae kando. Na pia wakasema, ama kwa hiyo mkutano ikasemwa kwamba wale ambao watakuwa kaimu kwa hizo viti ni Mheshimiwa Kainan ambaye ni naibu mwenyekiti, Mheshimiwa Rachel Nyamai ambaye ni mweka hazina, na mimi ambaye nitakuwa kaimu katibu mkuu wa chama. Tumekuja leo na tulikuwa tunafikiria kwamba tunaweza pata maafisa hawao hapa ili tusalimiane na wao, watukaribishe, lakini tumekuta mahame, tumekuta wengine wamefunga na wafanyikazi wengine wakaambiwa wasije kazini. Lakini tunataka kuhakikishia kwamba kutoka siku ya leo tuko ofisini kihalali, na tutahakikisha kwamba zile taratibu zote ambazo zinahitajika kufuatwa tutafuata. Tutawapatia nafasi, na mwenyekiti amesema kwamba wale ambao wameambiwa wakae kando watapatiwa nafasi ya kujitetea, na ikifika hapo barua tayari wametumiwa, na sisi tutahakikisha kwamba hakutakuwa na giza hata kidogo. Watapatiwa nafasi, na ninyi watu ama waandishi wa habari mtapata nafasi ya kuja kuhudhuria vikao vyote ambavyo vitakuwa vinaendeshwa. Niseme kwamba na ni vizuri, I want to just confirm to you that I am not a director of elections in Azimio. I'm director of elections in Jubilee. And those are just threats, and they remain as threats. One of the resolutions that we made as NEC is, one of the resolutions that we made is for Jubilee to be recognized as a distinct parliamentary party. We have been mistreated for a long time because there is nothing to hide. Some of the positions that were supposed to be given to Jubilee in Parliament were not given to Jubilee. Some of the positions in Parliamentary Service Commission, where we were supposed to even have a commissioner from Jubilee, it was taken by ODM. So if there are people who could be issuing threats, it's us, not them. So we are only reclaiming what is actually ours. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sabina, you wanted to say something? Yeah.
It's okay. With the new developments, I've become a target of many people with reasons best known to them. I just want to tell them I'm a fighter and I'm not afraid. And I want to say for the people who are being paid 2,500 to abuse Sabina, God bless you. I have nothing against you, and especially for the young people, please take care because you might meet hapo mbeleni. Mimi nitasema hivi, wanaokudharau siku moja watakusalimia kwa heshima. Watch this, Sabina. Thank you very much.
I think everything has been said. Jubilee is a legal entity registered and recognized as a party. We were in a coalition, in a marriage under the Azimio. We went into the general elections. You all know what happened. We are doing an audit of our activities during the elections, before the elections, during the elections, and after the elections. And therefore, the group that you see here, led by the national chair, pursuant to the constitution of our party, as read with other existing laws, is a legally recognized group that is interested in making decisions on behalf of the party. And the decision is what has been communicated to you by the SG, the acting SG, and the national chair. But I think we need to put things in straight. We need to put certain things straight. We have been cohabiting with our colleagues under the Azimio group. And having done an audit, we realized that we have been duped in a broad daylight. We have lost all our positions in parliamentary leadership, in committees, in the Parliamentary Service Commission, in the East African Legislative Assembly, in Pan-African Parliament, literally everything. Some of us have been around for a very long time and qualify to be called parliamentary practitioners. And therefore we see everything from every perspective. That marriage can no longer exist. What the NEC has communicated is we want to be recognized as an independent parliamentary party because we are the third largest party in the 13th parliament. It's not a wishful thinking. Two, we will start a process within the legally established mechanism. We will accept, where we will move on and start a process of exiting that family, that marriage which has not been working. It's a due process, a very long process. We will follow the due process as guided also by the Register of Political Parties. And finally, we have asked all our supporters, led by the national officials and members of parliament, to keep away from these mass meetings. These meetings that are being called all over, that have no agenda, national agenda. We are not party to those meetings as Jubilee. We only had one man called Kioni with the Sofrias. Yes. And now he will go there as a former SG and as a member. I don't know whether he's even a member, but you know, but Jubilee as a party, we want to tell Kenyans, is not part of those meetings, is not part of what is being planned against the wishes of the people of Kenya, and therefore Jubilee will remain part and parcel of the people of Kenya who are after peaceful coexistence, who are after national cohesion, who are after, you know, the kind of peace that we have been enjoying. And finally, let me say this. For those of us who are in parliament, we are not joyriders. We are not riding on the back of anybody. We will occupy our rightful positions pursuant to our numbers in parliament. And that's why the likes of Honorable Sabina Chege, the likes of yours truly, the likes of the Honorable Fatuma Dulo, and the other one was Professor Kamar, we are not threatened. We will occupy. And parliament is a house of traditions, a house of rules, house of norms. And therefore, I want to tell my sister here and others, colleagues who are in parliament here, nothing shall threaten you. You will occupy your rightful positions. Your positions are protected by law. And therefore, since parliament is our institution, nothing to worry. Let's soldier on. And please, henceforth, until the party internal issues are sorted out, this is the group that you will be seeing. And then all other things that exist in our imaginary minds will be sorted out as and when we reach there, as answered by our acting SG. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Tuko hapa kama wana Jubilee, wabunge waliochaguliwa kupitia kwa tikiti ya Jubilee na hata walio kuweko hapo mbeleni. Kwa hivyo ni kumaanisha kwamba Jubilee na wafuasi wetu wote tuko hapa. Na tuko tu na msemo moja. Ni kwamba siasa za kihuni tumechoka nazo. Na wale ndugu zetu ambayo tulishiriki nao katika Azimio wametulagai, na wacha tu kutulagai, wametupora. Hawa jamani waporaji wabaya sana. Manake Jubilee ni chama ambaye tuko na wabunge 30 katika bunge la kitaifa. Wale ndugu zetu ambayo pia ni washirika wetu wengine ambaye ni Wiper wako na 24. Lakini ukiangalia vile Jubilee imelagaiwa pale, hata si ulagai, ni kuporwa. Wametupora nafasi zetu za kamati za bunge. Unapata kuna baadhi ya kamati ambazo hazina mbunge hata moja wa Jubilee, wamerundika wabunge kama 5 wa ODM. Kwa hivyo sisi tumesema, mimi ukiniangalia nimetoka nchi kavu sana, na sikuja Nairobi kuangalia kuhesabu maorofa ama kucheka na wanaume wa ODM. Nilikuja hapa kutetea watu wangu. Na tuko na kila haki ya kuwa katika kamati za bunge na sio tafadhali. Kwa hivyo ile haki tunahakikishia ni kwamba ile mikakati ya talaka baina yetu na wale ndugu zetu wa ODM imeanza rasmi. Na tutafanya tukifuatilia sheria. Nyingine ni kwamba sisi tutashirikiana na serikali na tutashirikiana na rais. Na si kusema kwamba tumegura Jubilee, hatuguru Jubilee. Kama iko kitu tunafanya, tunataka kutia Jubilee nguvu ili chama chetu kisimame kikiwa chama cha Jubilee. Kwa hivyo ndugu zangu, mtaangalia siku za usoni na mtaona yale ambayo yatakuwa yanatokelezea kila kitu. Kwa wale ambayo wanatishwa kama vile mama yetu Sabina Chege labda kama hakusimama na wale jamaa wa Azimio, labda hata angekuwa gavana wa Murang'a. Kwa hivyo tunataka kuambia Sabina usitishwe. Hiyo kinara ambayo uko nayo walio wachache ni haki, sio ati ulifanywa tu mapendeleo na watu fulani.
Thank you. I think we are good. We are good now.
Waporaji.
Yeah, we'll take you round as you see the office. Mone. Tuko sawa rasmi.
Now, there's 2 answers here. William Samoei Ruto knows very well that Odinga is always leading into rallies to oppose him on the August 2022 general election. And now he has created Odinga's tension again by sweet-talking Sabina Chege, Kanini Kega, to pretend that they have splitted Jubilee Party, of which their boss Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is not aware on that. And you see, what is going to happen is here. Ruto is outshining again Odinga and making him to automatically, totally complete him in politics. And that is what is his aim. Now you see, this is what is going and this is what is happening. Do you think the chair of Jubilee Party is Kanini Kega or Jeremiah Kioni? Because they are still the same party, claiming that they are running the same headquarters and the same answer, of which no one knows. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is what I wanted to share to you at this moment. It has really indicates that Ruto is playing a game to Odinga, and he will find a way on how he will complete him and silence him automatically in politics. He has begin to use Kanini Kega and Sabina Chege back to root. If you have any comment at the comment section, is there for you. You can also tell us what is your view on that point on over the 2 videos I've just played to you on this channel. But before I conclude, I wish to take a personal plea to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your support over this channel. I appreciate so much, and I will never forget you, and I will never keep silence to thank you. Please, if you are a visitor for the first time, I again want to take your time this time to thank you and remind you that you subscribe the channel. In any case, if you have any news alert, it will come to you automatically. After subscribing, you view. After viewing, you like. I appreciate so much the effort members have been doing. Thank you very much, and that is what I had to you at this moment. It is well indicated and news alert to those who are still having hope in Azimio that this Jubilee is going to create a very big bombshell to Azimio party coalition. Then it will make Odinga to be a very man who will be confused in politics. And William Samoei Ruto is on the ground, and he is after that this split in Jubilee party. That is what I had to you at this moment. Thank you and bye bye as we keep time and ready to meet on the next video clip. Thank you.